Ladies and gentlemen, if years ago you would have told me, SideStrafe, you're going to play a hunting video game one day, I probably would have said, you're a tad crazy. Not interested. Yet, here we are, playing The Hunter, Call of the Wild. Now, if there was anything to intrigue me, then it's simply these visuals. Look at the leaves. I'm blown away even by that. No pun intended. The bits of rain kicking in. Absolutely stunning. For exploration alone, I love this game. Now, this was a copy I got from the developer some time ago. I did not have the chance to check it out when I received it, so I have to apologize to the devs for that. But this is just, look at this. This is gorgeous. I love it. Granted, I should probably just actually go outside, but hey, this'll do. Just for this, and there's a whole hunting mechanic to this. Did you know? It's not just an exploration game, but I love the exploration elements. Now, this map is supposed to be based on Germany, somewhere in Germany. I think it's fictional. I don't think it's actually a real place in Germany. The other map that comes with the game is based on areas of the Pacific Northwest in the United States. But here I am, this little white circle with an arrow, and the map size, I believe, is at least where the colored area is anyway. So all this, you can go to all these lookout posts. I haven't explored a lot of this. I've only seen maybe, yeah, like this area where there's a shooting range there. It's part of a free DLC that I checked out, but I've mostly explored the Pacific Northwest map, but the environments are huge. You could play a few days straight and not see the same area. Oh. A roe deer. I'm not familiar with the deer on this map and what caliber I'm supposed to use on them, but I'm packing 3 guns currently. This is the 270 Huntsman. I've got a 223 caliber, and I've got a 22 for different animals. I think for roe deer, maybe we'll use the 223. Granted, I could take them down with a 270, I'm imagining. But there's an integrity bonus value that I want to maintain. And in order to do that, you need to use an appropriate caliber for the size of the animal. So we will downsize here in order to maybe take this roe deer. But speaking about hunting, I don't know anything about hunting. I've never been hunting in real life. I'm not against it as long as you're using the meat, the fur maybe. I probably wouldn't do it for sport. You know, I'm not the kind of guy that would just do it to hang a head on the wall. I would probably more so be about the survival situation, or you know, using it to actually eat the meat, or to maybe sell it to somebody that would actually use it. But yeah, I don't really know a lot about it other than what you've seen on TV or the internet. I knew a few basics here and there about where to shoot, aim for the lungs and the heart. Although in this game there are some meta tactics. You can aim for the spine a little bit more easily, perhaps. In real life, you're attempting to prevent the animal's suffering, or from suffering for too long at least, and you want to take it out as quickly and humanely as possible. But this is a video game, so I'm sure people pull all kinds of crazy things. I've seen a lot of suggestions in my chat. You know, most people say go for the spine, which does seem to be effective even on larger game with a variety of calibers. Have I mentioned how beautiful this freaking game is? Holy smokes. I haven't even seen an animal today. Well, in this session that I just began. Now I am kind of walking upright here. We are making a little bit more noise by doing that. You can see all that information in the lower right-hand corner. If we crouch down, we limit the amount of noise we make. We can also go prone to conceal ourselves. This is very much a game of patience. It's definitely not a game for everyone. There is a lot of walking around, and there's a lot of crawling around and creeping around. But if you're like me and you think, I've never had any interest in hunting games, but you love exploration, I would put this on your wish list. It's been out for a while. It's nothing new, but they seem to be still adding to it. There is some DLC that probably should have came with the game, but not a lot. And don't confuse this with the free-to-play game that came out before this. This is a different game. This is a buy-to-play game. Damn, I think we lost that deer. I haven't heard it in a while, or I don't see anything. This is actually a really tough map, admittedly. It's really dense. The Pacific Northwest map has a lot of open areas. This one seems to be straight forest with some roads. So I think it's going to be very difficult to spot anything here. I don't think I've ever seen a game that has this many trees in it in my entire life. And I'm getting like 90 FPS. I get a little lower when I stream, but that's because OBS is eating up CPU, but get anywhere from 70 to 90 FPS. Well, I do also have a 1080 Ti, so. But the engine just feels really buttery smooth. There's no hiccups or stutters or anything like that. Sounds like a pigeon or something, but I don't think there's any bird hunting yet. I know they're adding geese. Just gonna keep walking. We do have tracks that we could be taking a look at, but oh, okay, red fox warning call, which means it probably is aware of my presence. The other issue is the wind is blowing to the west, as indicated by the compass cone there. That means my scent is being blown in that direction. You can also pay attention to the leaves and which way they're going. So when your scent is going in that direction, the animals can pick it up and they'll run from you. So you want to approach them against the wind. There are things that you can purchase, scents and things that I think remove your scent. But I don't have any of those on me right now. There's a roe deer that went this way. I wouldn't mind taking on that fox, but again, you can see where my scent is being blown, so I don't think that's going to work out for us. Gosh, these colors. Oh, okay, mating call. Where are you? Let's see, where are my binocs? I don't think I have anything to lure a fox. Real life, that's a different story. Trying to see if I can spot this son of a gun. Really dense foliage here, though. get so lost in this game. The other day I streamed it for 9 hours. I was on the other map, though, which is a little easier because there's a lot of open areas. This one's just so dense, but it's great. I love it. I have to say, I do prefer the colors on this map. The other one's nice. Don't get me wrong. It does resemble the Pacific Northwest, but a lot of areas are super dry and the colors are more flat, not as rich, unless you go into more of the northern green areas. Damn, I really wanted to try to see if I could bag a fox. I feel like it... Oh, I screwed up. Yep, there went some sort of deer. See, that's what happens the second you stand up in this game. Which is probably why it's not for everyone. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, that son of a gun took off. I don't blame him. See if I can creep up a little bit here. Reacquire. Yeah, the second you become impatient, you're going home hungry. But again, I will say that this map feels a lot more difficult just right off the bat because of how dense the environments are. So this is a roe deer. Again, I don't know. I have a bigger caliber, right? Like I have this 270, which should be fine. But if I want full points, then I might need to go with the lower caliber. I don't have my 243 on me. You know what I also don't have is my lure that's specifically designed for the deer in this environment. So, yeah. Today's video, completely unprepared. I think with smaller predators like coyote and fox in this game, they're way more alert and will notice you a lot easier than deer and whatnot. Problem is we're not really able to pinpoint the direction of that sound. It's just, oh, there it is. I see you. Wait, I thought I saw, okay, there you are, right there. Yeah, it's a red fox. Just in the grass though. I don't know if we hit... Wait. I think we got it. Nice. Oh. Sorry, buddy. The game's got a couple of glitches. Anyway, there's a fox. That was a vital just hit. Flesh, left scapula, and then right lung. So that was, I believe, what would be considered a textbook kill. You want to go for the lungs and potentially the heart if you can. The heart is like right there. But we got into the lungs. And we got a quick kill bonus, so it was humane. Integrity bonus because we used an appropriate caliber, which was the 223. And then consecutive harvest probably carried over from something I did earlier. Maybe. Score 781, which is really nice. And then 1325 cash is actually a lot. 232 XP. Silver. That was a good Kill. That was fantastic. Male, there's the weight, fur type common. Ooh, actually difficulty 6 hard. I don't think I've seen that before. Wow, this is actually a fantastic kill. I'm glad I'm recording. All right.
Red fox would actually not be too hard to hunt if it weren't for their small size, making them difficult to spot. They do scare quite easily, though.
All right, thanks for the heads up. That was a fantastic hit. Nice. I wasn't sure about that one. The angle was kind of weird. But I guess we can put another round into this. There's a couple of things I'm a little nitpicky about. Like when you see the mag, there wasn't really actually any bullets in the mag that I saw. So some modeling conundrums and maybe reload animation issues that could be corrected, especially in a game that's about hunting where a primary focus is on firearms. There are bows and arrows and handguns and shotguns as well, but yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see some of those things improved. The 22, funny enough, this gun here, it's a newer gun that you have to buy part of Weapon Pack 1 DLC. It's like $5. It's not much, but it comes with 22. You can put scopes on as well. And it's the only semi-automatic rifle in the game. It's kind of nice, but it's really only for hunting rabbits. You can take out other animals with it, but it can usually take like 5 or 6 rounds, depending on where you're hitting things. Comes with a crossbow and then a recurve bow as well, and then various skins for those things. But yeah, this is a newer weapon, so like when you reload this mag, mating call, another red fox, let's try for it. You actually see bullets in the mag, but with the other guns you don't, so that's me nitpicking. The game is also co-op. You can play this game with 7 other players. You can challenge each other to different things. You can set up first to kill a 200-meter target or a 50-meter target, or first to harvest 3 and stuff like that. Or you can just help each other out. And that can be a lot of fun. The reason I started talking about that was because my nitpicking was going to carry on into the fact that the player models for the multiplayer and the animations are questionable. There's a lot of bugs, like for example, the viewfinder or the rangefinder binoculars will float above people's heads. Sometimes bullets will be hanging out of a pistol, and a lot of weird stuff like that. The animations in general, they're not motion captured, or at least they don't seem like it. They're pretty basic. I think the game was designed with the first-person perspective in mind, and so a lot of the multiplayer stuff is maybe an afterthought, but hopefully that can improve over time. Speaking about multiplayer a little bit more, there's leaderboards too, which is actually kind of interesting. I wanted to show that off because I know a lot of people are into this. I have some friends that bought the game after watching me stream it 3. And if you go to Codex, which we're already here, you can go to Hunter and Leaderboards and Animals, and you can see your buddies and what they've been able to do. I think only Joseph and Empy have played the German map, so this is their score with fallow deer. Then there's red deer. Joseph, I think, is the only one that's really had. But they're going to have to beat my score there now with that red fox. That's a good score. That's the one to beat. European bison, nobody's gotten one, and then roe deer. I think I did one earlier, but Joseph's on top there. 795. That'll be interesting. So anyway, you know, this stuff happens as you're playing. You don't have to be on the same server as each other. This will just update, so you can be really competitive with your buddies. And on top of that, you can of course do the multiplayer, like I said, and set up the in-game or the in-server challenges. All right, so I caved. I went ahead and bought the ATV DLC in order to showcase them for you guys. I was probably going to get it anyway. They do seem a tad necessary considering the size of these maps, especially this one that has these fantastic roads as opposed to the Pacific Northwest map in the game. Again, I do agree that they probably should have come with the game, considering how large the maps are. But let's go ahead and make our way towards that waypoint that I had set up before. It would have taken a while on foot anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Third person option available to you. If you're playing multiplayer and one of your friends has the ATV DLC, you can use theirs. You don't have to buy it. But the second you're offline and on your own, then I think this, yes, okay. This is the way I want to go. Now, the thing about the ATVs, really loud. They will scare away animals. So you want to get to somewhere near your destination and go the rest of the way on foot, ideally. Let's go ahead and grab this thing here. Get points for these, usually. Oh, yeah. Alright, there we go. Seek out the tower on the hill, and you shall be rewarded. With an amazing view, I imagine. I think you get some experience for that stuff, too. Alright, so where are we at? Yep, some XP. So you want to get that stuff. And then we're going to go over here. The ATVs are fun. They can be a little janky. Oh, I think I need to go up that. If you go off-road, sometimes there's like logs or rocks that you hit, and you can damage the ATV, and so you need to be careful. But they're fun. You can race your friends and cause all kinds of trouble. They are a tad glitchy in multiplayer, as is most everything in the game. It's not that bad. I might be exaggerating a bit, but you'll notice things that will mostly just make you laugh. Got a nice little village here. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to continue up this. Oh yeah, I'm feeling a view. Oh, it looks like we got some ruins. I've not been up here. You know I'm gonna check out the ruins, right? Holy moly, look at this. Holy frack. This game is something else. Let me tell you, it is just gorgeous. Inspect the ruins. No, let me look at the scenery out here. Wow. I don't know if you can go to those islands. I don't think so. Look at this. Colors are just absolutely breathtaking. I mean, I'll have to check the map. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think there's a way over there. I think that's just part of the scenery. And we still have something here. This isn't even the view yet. I thought that might have been the tower. Oh, let me not get stuck here. Let's go up this thing. Is this a clue? What is this? Oh, I can't do anything with that. I feel like we're playing Uncharted. Oh, what is this? collectibles. Man, there's collectibles now? I didn't even know that. What? Added codex.
There are hundreds, well, thousands of years of history in this place. It's been touched by everything from the sandals of Roman legionnaires to the treads of World War II tanks. Every year, new historical artifacts are found by people in the reserve. Perhaps you'll be lucky enough to find some of your own.
A Viking coin. I think that's the selling point to this game. If you're not into hunting games, and I never thought I would be, you can just explore. You can just have fun with the scenery. And that's how I got into it. And then I ended up getting more into the hunting aspect. Can I go through here? No. I will say that this map has some nicer scenery. I would say I mean, the Pacific Northwest map is nice. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. It's gorgeous. But I love the colors here in comparison, and the fact that since it's based in Europe, you know, there's going to be more maybe ancient ruins and things like that. And they said tank tracks too. I wonder if we'll find any like broken down tanks or something. If they did like a, you know, like a broken down panther or a tiger or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. Or even if it was allied armor, kind of like a old battlefield or something, that'd be pretty interesting. Here I am trying to make a video to show off the game, and I'm finding things for myself to enjoy. Oh my goodness. So before we look at that, alright, you got your little campfire here. You can hang out with your buddies. Holy frack. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, you can't... Wait, can you? Wow, that's actually... I mean, if you this is playable here, so that's looking into some playable areas. Now, I don't think you can go into the mountains. Like, I don't think all that out there is, but a lot of this stuff, I'm pretty sure is playable area that we're looking at right now. Can you use this? No. I know you can hit this, though. Yeah, because we're looking that direction, so... I wonder if you could... I don't know what the draw distance is on animals. Like, if you could actually snipe an animal from here, that'd be pretty crazy. I know some towers you can. But I think there's probably a draw distance. So, like, if there was an animal there, I would probably be able to hit it. But I don't see anything. I think so. The gun range should be... Yeah, that's the gun range right there. You can take your buddies there and do like shooting challenges and stuff. There's really cool targets that you can set up at different ranges. And there's a little UI element that pops up. Shows you your hits and your score. So that's actually like a playable... Yeah, that's a playable area. You drive there. I think there's a path across somewhere. I forget. I think maybe right there? I don't know. There's a bridge or something. Wow. Oof, I'm just blown away. I didn't really even expect to find this today. Oh, by the way, guys, this is a hunting game. I'm gonna say it. I've been saying it during my live streams. I could so imagine a lot of other games using a map like this, like a survival game, an actual survival game, some sort of PvP elements. It's just so smooth. The frame rate is great. It feels like butter. It's optimized with all of this detail, all of this foliage and grass and the trees and the birds and the leaves. And I mean, sure, there's not a lot going on other than animal AI, and the max co-op player capacity is 8 total, counting yourself. So I don't know how the game would handle any type of, how the engine would handle any type of, PvP or anything. But this is incredible. It makes you think that other devs are holding back on us if we can see something like this in a hunting game. Oh, I mean, hopefully we don't see any Battle Royale DLC. I don't think we need any more. I shouldn't be giving anybody ideas. But, again, coming from my background of survival games, I can't help but picture the possibilities with a map of this size and detail. You'd probably never actually find an opponent. Let's see if we can get out of here. And maybe actually hunt something. I traveled over to this lake in hopes of finding an animal drinking, but nothing but rain, which I love. The only downside is there's no drops on my gun. That would be cool, like they do in the Battlefield games. Not game breaking, but it'd be nice if they added it. I will say that it is way more difficult to find animals on this map than it is on the Pacific Northwest one. So if you're going to start your game, probably want to learn on that map first. This one appears to just be far more challenging. Either that or I'm just really unlucky. So that's a roe deer, female roe deer, I think. All right. You gonna topple? Did it fall? Okay, it fell. I tracked that son of a gun for a while. Holy smokes. There is sometimes a glitch in the animation system when you shoot at an animal. It'll just like freeze. And sometimes it'll run full speed, and then other times it'll freeze and then die. And so sometimes I hold the shot because I want a clean kill. I don't know if the game works that way, but good hit, lung. Was it worth it for 671 cash, 118 XP, 424 score? The integrity was good. The quick kill bonus was not. Maybe I could have hit it again. I don't really know how the game works in terms of that. I would think that you would want a clean kill, not to damage the meat too much, but maybe in terms of the game, you just want to put more rounds into it to get a better quick kill bonus. But again, with that glitch where it just kind of freezes up sometimes, I'm not sure if I should be putting more rounds into it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any advice for that. But yeah, I tracked that son of a gun for way too long. I lost count, lost track of time. This map is tough. I definitely recommend starting out with the Pacific Northwest one. The animal encounters seem to be a lot greater. You can usually hit a lake and find a bunch of deer or moose. This one, it seems to be a lot of lush forest. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, and in some cases a lot nicer looking than the other map, just in terms of color palette, but I don't know, when it comes to finding animals, that was tough. Gosh, I mean, I started here, I think, because we went back to the outpost. This is the tower that we were at with the ATV. We fast traveled here, then we made our way out here. I think I came back around and I don't even ended up, no, I ended up, because I was at this lake. So I think I was here, I went to the lake, went over, no, I didn't get to touch that, but then I came back up here because we started following the tracks. But that's a lot of distance to cover. Saw a lot of nice scenery on the way up, but yeah, for me to only get you 2 kills, I have to apologize. I did have a good time though. I know for some of you, a little bit more shooting would have been appreciated, but again, I've never played this map. I don't know its secrets. There seems to be a little bit more to it in terms of challenge, which I actually think is interesting. On top of that, there's a third map, which I think is somewhere in Siberia. And it's a DLC map, so it's, I think, $9, something like that, $8.99, $7.99, somewhere around there. I haven't bought it yet. I'm sure I will, but, you know, I still want to explore these maps. And there may even be a summer sale, so I might wait, because I don't want to rush into the other maps before I've explored the bulk of these ones, which, I mean, look at this. I just keep walking and finding more gorgeous scenery, and it's interesting to see this map open up a little bit here. There's even some more tracks this direction, and it looks like there might be some sort of zone here. So this is a red deer.
Red deer are magnificent and quite vocal. Their senses aren't as good as the fallow deers, but they're much bigger and tougher to down, so be sure to use an appropriate caliber weapon, or just go for the heart.
Oh, it's just, you know, just go for the heart. It's that simple. So this will allow us to red deer, 9 to 1300. 1352, which means it probably is not here. So we'd have to switch up guns anyway. I've got the 270, which will probably do the job. If the 223 won't. Or maybe the, I don't know, maybe the 223 would be fine, but anyways, we've got this zone marked for next time, so we'll be able to zoom in on the map and take a look at our surroundings. But that's what's interesting about this game. Like, you could even fast forward time, I guess, if you wanted to go to a rest zone and then come back and just hang out and then wait and eventually something will probably show up. And you can even buy hunting blinds or whatever and just chill. But I think that's part of the tent DLC. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed this look at The Hunter, Call of the Wild. Again, never thought I'd be enjoying a game like this. I have to say that a huge percentage of it is, of course, the exploration. And without this beautiful environment, or environments, I probably wouldn't be here. I think next time I will get you some footage of the other map. If you'd like to catch me streaming this, feel free to check out twitch.tv/SideStrafe. Links always down below. And with that, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.